Tim Bontemps, do you have something?
Hey, Vic.
Hey, Tim.
I was just kind of curious, after a few days down in Orlando, kind of how is your body feeling and where are you at in terms of the potential of playing?
My body's feeling good. It was hard for me to assess where I was at from the long layover. And obviously Corona, couldn't really control that. But now, coming down here and, getting some practices in, getting my feet under me, going out there playing with the guys, there's a possibility that I could play. I'm just reassessing myself and my body every day. I think people fail to realize that this injury that I have is very unique. No one that of my stature, of my ability, has ever had this injury before. So there's no one else that I have to look up to or could reassess from. So I'm learning and growing as the days and weeks go on, just like you guys are. But no one understands or knows what I feel or what I'm going through internally or what my body feels like. I know what I'm capable of. I know what standard I have to get to. I know how my body needs to feel in order to perform at the level that I'm capable of performing. Because if I don't do that, well, then everyone's going to write about how I didn't play at a great level and how I did look good. Because, at the end of the day, that's what it's all about. It's about going out there and performing at my best level and making sure I'm 100% healthy and able to help my team. But, coming down here, like I said, and being with the guys, around the guys, and coming out here and playing, and like I said, being able to practice with the guys at a high level, I feel like if my body keeps trending and the situation keeps trending up, there's a strong possibility that I might play. So I'm definitely trying to. So I'm coming out here and working every day, working hard every day, trying to help my team, trying to help myself. It's been a tough couple years, obviously. And, I'm just trying to be smart because I want to play the next 10 years. So that's pretty much it. I'm taking it one day at a time. I'm thankful for this organization and my teammates and my coaching staff for backing me, and just continuing to trust me and myself, and continue to trust the fact that I'm listening to my body and just trying to do what's best for my health, my mental health, internal health, and my physical health.
Taylor Tannenbaum.
Hey, Vic. When it came out last week that you weren't going to play, was that truly a definitive thing? You had made up your mind about it and then it changed throughout the course of the week? Or did you intend to truly come down here and test things out and maybe reconsider?
I was always going to come down here and test it out. That was always a part of the plan. At the end of the day, a few weeks from today, that when I made my decision, I didn't think I could play. As far as doing all the what I was capable of doing before, I wasn't able to play 5-on-5. I wasn't able to get up and down. I wasn't able to practice with the team. I wasn't able to do necessarily game-like things at a high level. So at that point, I didn't think I was going to play. But after, coming down here and reassessing every day, going out there playing 5-on-5 with these guys, moving around, doing basketball-related things like rebounding, changing speeds, changing ends of the floor, running, jumping, doing things basketball-related, I'm trending in a positive direction. So, hopefully, when it's time to play, I'm capable of playing. But I'm definitely trying my best to every day. I'm coming out here and giving it my all. At the end of the day, I know what level of type of athlete and basketball player that I need to be, and I know what I'm capable of. So at the end of the day, my health is very important for me to get to that level. So I'm monitoring it with extreme caution. At the end of the day, if I was your brother, if I was your son or your husband or somebody you loved, what would you tell me? If I was in a situation right now, you would say, make sure you're healthy and do what's best for you. You would say that. That's what all of you would say if I was one of your loved ones. That's what anybody would say to one of their loved ones. So just because I'm an athlete and I perform at a high level, and I can play the game of basketball, be cognizant of the fact that I am human. I am human. I mean, some days I'm not, don't get me wrong. But, I could be a superhero any day, I'm telling you. Matter of fact, I am. But even superheroes have kryptonite. So But all seriousness, though, yeah, I'm coming out here and I'm trying my best, take it one day at a time, and then I feel like the universe will manifest itself, and whatever's supposed to happen will happen.
Tanya Ganguly.
Hey, Vic. I'm just curious, how did the pandemic over the last 4 months, how did that affect your rehab, or did it in some ways?
It didn't affect it. It didn't affect it to a positive aspect, because we didn't have nowhere to go. Everything was closed. There wasn't really much we could do. So we tried to do what we can. We tried to turn my garage into a weight room, and we tried to put some stuff. But as far as the main resources we need, things that I could use to help me get to another level, it was limited, obviously, but we did what we could. And we, did as best as I could to make sure I contained my rehab, stayed in shape. And at the end of the day, I had no control over COVID. None of us did. We wouldn't even be in the bubble right now talking about this if it wasn't for something we had no control of. So I know it's different. I know it's a different situation for me as far as decision making and my body and everything like that. But I mean, I didn't ask for COVID to come. I didn't know it was going to come. None of y'all did either. So I'm adjusting and trying to figure it out just like you guys are.
Seth Johnson.
Hey, Victor. How have you felt during 5-on-5? And also, I guess, what have you enjoyed about being back out there with your guys?
I've been feeling good, man. I'm not going to lie. I've been definitely, getting my feet under me, just trying to fill out the game, obviously, get my knee immune to playing the game again. And it just feels good to play basketball, man. I mean, I've been playing since I was 4 years old, man. And, just to be out there, just making plays, running up and down, it's a blessing, man, because I remember when I couldn't do it. So I'm definitely thankful, for sure.
Scott.
Yeah, Vic, since the plan was always go to Disney, can you explain why you were compelled to announce on July 3rd that you would be out before even testing, like you said, and experiencing what you are right now? Why cross yourself out first?
I said back then, my decision wasn't to play because I wasn't able to have the resources I needed to test or reassess my knee. So right then and there, I didn't feel as though I would be capable of playing. I was always going to come to the bubble. I mean, at the end of the day, I had to come and support my team. So, I don't think you guys realize how much practicing and getting up and down is a part of my rehab. I must keep stressing that. It's a part of my rehab. Playing in games, doing all that stuff back then. Back then, when I was playing against the 13 games I played, I was on minute restriction. That doesn't necessarily mean I was healthy. Being on minute restriction, when you're restricted to do something, does that mean you're 100% healthy? Well, then if you're 100% healthy, there would be no restriction, technically. But that's okay. It doesn't really matter. That's besides the point. I'm just worried about right now. At the end of the day, back then, a few weeks ago, I made a decision that I felt was best for my career. Is that wrong for me to do? I don't think so. Coming here, reassessing it, being able to have the resources, play against these guys at a high level, go out here, see where my knee's at, see how my knee is progressing with the heavy load, and then making a decision and saying, well, there's a possibility that I might play. I'm going to try it out. Is that wrong of me to do that too? Just asking. But at the end of the day, I understand. I mean, you guys do your jobs, and at the end of the day, people don't know and they want to know, and I get it. It's a part of life, man. I get it. But at the end of the day, the only thing that I'm concerned about is my team, my knee, and being able to make sure that I can perform and help them at the highest level possible in this organization right here. So that's all I'm focused on. I'm taking it one day at a time, reassessing it every day. And from there, I'll make my decision.
Rachel Nichols.
Hey, Victor, thanks for talking through all of this with us. It has indeed been quite the couple years for you. Have you resolved with the league whether you'll get paid if you don't play, and how is all that going to factor into your decision-making?
First off, hi, Rachel. How you doing? No, I haven't talked to him. I don't know. That's out of my control. I don't have any control of that. Honestly, to be real, I didn't even know the amount or what goes into it. Again, I'm just focused on my knee. I'm not really concerned about anything I can't control. It's out of my control. Other people handle that, I guess, whatever the case is. But I just want to play basketball, plain and simple. So, and I want to make sure my knee is at its best ability, and I'm at my best ability when I go out there to perform at a high level. So that's really all I'm focused on, Rachel. I can't really answer that question. I'm sorry, but I'm sure I probably could figure it out, and I'll make sure I'll let you guys know.
Olivia, Rick.
Hey Vic, now that you've had a few practices under your belt, I'm wondering how your knee feels compared to March, compared to January 29th when you got to get back out there.
It's feeling good, man. I'm progressing. The practices, I've been feeling good after them. But, you know, the 13 games I played, during those 13 games, I remember when I was where was it? It might have been we were about to play. I missed 2 games. We were about to play the Spurs and the Bucks. I missed 2 games because we just played Cleveland. We come to San Antonio. I was good. The night we slept over that night in San Antonio before we played them next day, my knee just swelled up randomly. I didn't do anything. I didn't do anything spectacular. It just swelled up on me. So that's what I'm trying to assess that, because I don't want to be in the playoffs here, be playing 40 minutes and then wake up and then I can't go the next day or the next game. You understand? So I'm just reassessing and just taking it one day at a time, you know, not getting too high, not getting too low, trusting my body, trusting my training, trusting my rehab. And then, you know, when the time comes to make a decision, I'll make one. But I'm definitely here trying to play and training myself in order to prepare to play. So hopefully everything goes well. And by that time, I feel better than I even feel now, the way I'm trending. So I definitely feel great after the practices, feel good. So hopefully it continues to manifest upward.
Mark Monteith.
Yeah, Vic, how have you been used in practice to this point in the 5-on-5 work? Have you been running with the starters or with the backups? And did that change today now that you're openly saying you're thinking about playing? Did you become a starter again today? How has that been used in practice?
I mean, I think he's been mixing up the lineup. So I don't think he necessarily has a starting lineup or a second unit or a third unit. He just mixes up the groups, and, you know, just wants us to compete and get up and down right now. But to answer your question, I never stopped being a starter, even when I was coming off the bench and came back being hurt, just to be real with you. So for me to be a little frank, but now, all seriousness, I'm not sure. You would have to ask Coach what the answer is to that. But I just be out there playing as hard as I can, and doing what I can at the best of my ability, and the best that I can do it. So it's been fun now, definitely, to be able to go out there and play. So I'm just thankful for that. Thank God for that opportunity, that ability, and the chance to be able to do that. So definitely thankful.
Kevin Boone.
Hey, Vic, when we talked to you a few weeks ago, you talked about the soft tissue concern that you had. Has that risk lessened in your mind, or is that still something that you're thinking about?
Well, that risk is always there. I don't think it necessarily lessened. There's a lot of risk, not only for me, but for everyone. So, but me especially, because of the unique situation that I'm in. So, at the end of the day, I think that risk is always going to be there. It's just a matter of me, you know, how I feel, obviously, and how my body responds as the days and the weeks go on. So hopefully, you know, like I said, I keep trending upward. And then by that time, it'll be easy to make a decision.
J. Michael.
Hey, Vic, when you came back in January, your minutes were restricted and they quickly got bumped up in the way you were used. Do you anticipate something similar here, or is it going to be a matter of you have to feel like you can jump in and start and be in good enough condition to play starters minutes, and that's going to be the determining factor? Have you kind of figured out what the progression, I guess, is going to be for you to be able to get back?
It's hard to say. I think it's going to be something that's it's going to be a collective decision based off me, the medical staffs, my trainer. I think it's going to be something the upper office. I think it's going to be the coach. I think it's going to be a collective decision, something that we have to decide together, obviously. And because, stubbornly, obviously I want to go out there and play 40 minutes. But, this is a different situation, kind of like I've been saying this whole entire time. That is, it's unique. It is not common. So, as bad as I want to go out there and play 40 minutes, they might think it's not very smart to do that. And, at the end of the day, that's they're really good at what they do. So, I have to take that into consideration. So it's hard to say. It's hard to answer that question. I think I could better answer it when that time comes. But I think it's going to be something that we collectively as a family decide.
Joe Varden.
Hey, Victor, I was going to ask you if you now expected to play, but it does sound like there's still a decision that has to be made. Is that right?
I mean, at the end of the day, I'm trying. I'm coming out here and I'm trying to play. So, yeah, I guess essentially at the end of the day, I'll have to make a set decision so y'all can write it and be like, he's actually playing. But right now, I'm definitely coming in. I'm trying to play. There's no definite answer, but I'm trending upward. So hopefully when the time comes to make that decision, it'll be easy to make and let you guys know. So.
Eric, what you?
Hey, what's up, Vic? How you doing, man?
What up, D?
For y'all, man, how's this? What have you learned about the Pacers organization, man? Is that they stood behind your decision, letting you, really sit back and, make a decision when you're comfortable with it. What have you learned about them throughout this process as well?
I mean, it's nothing that I didn't already know. I mean, they've been supportive, had my back. The whole organization's awesome. From Chrissy to Celeste right here, to my man Wes, Joe Smith, Karen, go on and on. These people have been amazing since the day I put on this jersey. So, I mean, it's no surprise, that they back me and they support me. It's an amazing organization, amazing people. So I'm just thankful, that they got my back. It's that's not necessarily a given thing when you're in a situation like I am. So I just want to let them know that I appreciate that for sure. David Benner too, I can't forget my man. Shout out to my man, David Benner, wherever you are right now. But yeah, all them guys, everybody, they do a great job. So thank you for y'all support. Thank y'all for just having my back, and I appreciate y'all being there for me, even though y'all don't need to be. So it doesn't go unnoticed.